Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and Anshe Martin, President Kofo on and Penfo Bebre. So we extra crash say since Suto and Awantia, I did change from Patriot Masi. To reach the course of Parliament and manager at the same time some rest and who you come. Parliamentarians not a money. But you want the mature. We cry extra. So some say the boss. That Lumba, Michelle Deserve statement. I think say women are no. I know that in 24 years we see a camp of a very fair. So we need to say,
Metinio can answer pa.
Individual be gravity making our say. But on the nature.
Yes. Na just say enya dia obi e sigina ya na say abemu panin bia na ebusuano edi nkomo bi say omobeye we anase we the ama Daddy Lumba so ombe bibi potting bi the ama no omunya enya asa conversation so far
and I say and try to know a positive but what I must say it's a mama round down
okay
even so difficult. Now, the 1st of July. Also coming as Diana.
O say. Hello? Metu nkapa.
Good. On the 1st of July, President invited senior citizens.
Yes.
For lunch. I don't know, same not here. Invited the Lumba. You know the invitation for Mano.
Okay.
Okoye with the president. Also, this is everywhere. To reach a kind of creative arts, you know, so on the nature. You know, I will not be surprised. Say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on an account for on Mayor Manayake, which I know is at least on Mayor Manayake.
Awesome. Na ye kan nyoma ye be ye be preserve Lumba legacy a nkrofo bebre a church adwen ebi se ye name roads after him ebi mposi ye nkoye na yi won suta ebi se ye build a museum e won the crew mu na ye turn it into a shrine of a sort ebi se ye nye an annual concert celebration for Daddy Lumba. One kasa as a manager and as a creative industry stakeholder, no. We should say, kwan ben so ne be fa ye be preserve legacy a eye openi eja atoha mayen.
Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful question. I love your famous question, no. Long design. Yeah, the prayer back up. Say Lumba told you. Do show the way Ghana. And we are seeing Then I mean numerous calls. We were fair. Oh, me my trash. Me my trash. To say, more collapse for more than 100. Can be betraying. Say now to your mom. Say now to your duffel. They can go home Lumba that and now ban. It's a share. A body a Lumba oye. It is a ye can't trouble na ya ye and kai don't be the amano and I museum Kasebi Eddie Amano. Eddie Amana. I think Senate final one. A bit the Juma Beba and a two. A bit find the Sikara fee. That's what I say. Then I say I am museum Kasebi. Na Lumba albums are I think barely 33 albums. Non-stop back-to-back hits. Now the sit down Katra Kabi Hanuma the first album was 1989 album 1990 album yeah home album via name room OTA via the video so can home watch it. And bit enough to study at the Amay. That's what I must say.
Yeah.
Lumba area say. And area since we are Lumba. One picture will be a design on social media. How they the late Michael Jackson, Bob
Marley, any Lumba.
You know, I mean, young cafe mind that. And Bob Marley gone a reggae artist and a reggae musician or Jamaica. That's what I say.
Matthias Yepa.
And then Michael Jackson corner, the Michael Jackson corner musician or USA. On the mission. But she said Lumba or film they can comparison you didn't come. And on the record, and yes, Michael Jackson go here. And then you can find that the Lumba in terms of the lyrics, the album comparison here. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And bro for now, yeah. But Lumba need to know bro for new there's 3 albums. Bro, okay. That deal. Lumba. You know. So yeah, people hold up.
Roman father, minim say ebusua eguso a omoye meetings ni ade ni ebepie mu abebia nso no yaso bete ewo brepa mu enti mayenya wo na later on no bibia fi mu ba ya fro na wama yaso ati yada say anope say oni akasa Hitz FM. Yeah, so that is Roman father there talking to us, and he is manager of Daddy Lumba. We're here on Daybreak Hitz 103.9. In the studio now is Portfolio the MC. Yeah, and then Ria Anakwa is here. Hello, Ria. How are you? I saw you earlier dancing with Portfolio. That was a beautiful dance. Yeah. And Martinez is here as well. So we just listened to Roman father, who is manager of Daddy Lumba, on the line. Now, Portfolio, let me start with you. Yesterday, you mentioned that you wished the funeral is held at Nsuta, his hometown. And I saw the video. People were saying, oh, Charlie, we agree with you and all that. Looking at the tourism potential and everything. And then Kojo Akotubuating, he posted something. I want to read this and then pick your thoughts on that. Right. It's in tandem with what you said yesterday. It says, if the state wants to honor Daddy Lumba, we can organize a state-sponsored Daddy Lumba celebration concert. Name a street or monument after him. Allow his family to organize his funeral in his hometown. And he says we should not organize a state funeral in Accra. It will take away a lot from the funeral tourism economy. The funeral tourism can be curated to enable Nsuta, Mampong, and the towns around to make good money from the activities and show is Asante and show its Asante culture. We should map out all the tourism opportunities from Accra to Nsuta and the other major national trunk roads, and maybe set up the Daddy Lumba Museum in Nsuta. It may grow to be a shrine. And I'm sure by saying shrine, he was making reference, maybe comparison to Fela Kuti's shrine, okay? People can go and worship the music, God, and the museum / shrine. We can put it up on one of the big hills around the larger Mampong in Nsuta Achia mountain range. Rest in peace, Lumba. This is Kojo Akotobuatin, co-host of Super Morning Show on Joy FM now. He wrote this on Saturday. What do you make of it?
I couldn't agree with him less. I've always insisted. Let me make even biblical inference. If not for Jesus Christ, I don't think Nazareth would have been even in the conversation that mattered in the Bible. But it took Jesus Christ to give Nazareth, I don't know whether it was a village or a town, but that kind of reverence. It means that there is always that star. No, he was even beyond the star. I don't know whether geographers use meteors or meteorite or something. Like he if it would take that Lumba, like I'm insisting, if it would take him to generate eyeballs to Nsuta. Remember, when was the last time Nsuta even came into the conversation? If not for that Lumba, the people also deserve better. Yesterday, I combed through the I don't know. I mean, person my friend village, but I see the TBR. Now you see, said amenities wise is abysmal. I mean, it has taken the same Daddy Lumba to build a clinic over there. So the people at Insuta Mangwa say Atonsu or are using some cheap compound. There's nothing to write home about. And now we've had the opportunity for Insuta to generate a facelift. Candace Kesi Daddy Lumba. And we have to honor the wish of the disease, not what you think. It's not about being a fan of Daddy Lumba.
All right.
What has been his wish? When the man was alive, he was intentional about projecting where he hails from and how he values his mom. Yeah, Amasa. I get in it. So if you to take that Lumba to draw the eyeballs back, their immeasurable roles, their amenities they lack, and then also give it a facelift so that it puts Insuta there. So be it. And the man posthumously will be a happy man in his grave. Right? I don't even want to blow it out of proportion that music is dead. But we are consoled by the fact that the tongue of a good musician never rot.
Yeah.
Now we are all thinking about how to immortalize that Lumba. Mm-hmm. And I like the beautiful question you asked is manager. People are suggesting that. Well, we can name the roles. Ideal. The statues, mount them. Ideal. But to me, for posterity, for generational passing of his legacies, for the next, I don't know the how you categorize the generation after the Gen Zs, but posterity or whatever, I feel that we should infuse him by either making him a course or naming a course after him, or even a creative art school after him, where people will go and pursue academic excellence in music. As a way of immortalizing him.
Which school would you,
would you
suggest?
Like, so if the creative art school in
the
Kumasi, it's named that Lumba, whatever, this is a way of immortalizing that. Because if you build a statue or a shrine, which is very ideal, I still support it.
Yeah.
Perhaps not everyone will have the opportunity to experience that. Perhaps those who willingly initiate their will to experience there would go. But if there's a conscious effort, even in our syllabus, from the basic level, creative arts courses that are introduced to our kids nationwide, if you write a course that borders around creative arts, music, and that Lumba is named after either the course or whatever it is, I feel we should, people who make academic policies.
So, a course, I'm just imagining how that would be possible, naming a course.
No, bro. So we go to okay, well, at music department
instead of maybe creative arts, like Lumba arts.
No. So I don't.
A department or something.
No, okay. A department. Okay. I mean, you go and you study. Even a school wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
A school you pursue that Lumba academic whatever of. We have the work reference and is that Prof BBB a education of BBB, like we have those kind of things. I get in it. So then also. No one projects and does it better in terms of funeral tourism than Ashanti region. You can take it away from there. Let's give
today we are talking funeral tourism.
Yes, funeral tourism. So the last time,
irony of it all.
Yes, the last time I got bashed for saying that is not from a political lens. That we have to go back to Dr. Awa and apologize.
No, I think he did not communicate
the
concept well.
Right. But then people even trust him from the onset.
Yes.
See,
no, wait.
For the past years, past year, if you come to Ashanti region, and what we've been able to do with funeral tourism, you could know that this event or function has a potential of even exporting us. Inviting even diasporans to, not even diasporans, they are part of us already, but people from other races to witness. If you come to Ashanti region, funeral is beyond just a function or a rite of passage. It's a festival, it's a homecoming. And the attendance benefit of it, that is where you get, even literature is infused in. Come to Ashanti region and Richard's funerals where people come, eulogize the deceased, or even guests that are coming with rich and weaved poetry.
The oration.
Bro, you will learn fashion. Don't go there. Fashion now, the glitz and glam in funerals in Ashanti region surpasses that of red carpet shows we have over here. Come and witness. Yeah. And how a food bazaar infused with the whole thing. Then you also get to meet, you also get to read sign languages. Why people do what they do spiritually. When you see a spiritual person making some incantations with some certain body language, over there's breakdown. There's another Kojo Sheldon kind of conversation that goes there. Why is he pointing towards the sky? Why is he doing like this? Why does he greet this very chief this way, but that's different thing, but mannerism? Why do they have to lower their cloth when they you get to learn? That is why people, you don't even need to sympathize with the deceased or the bereaved family to attend a funeral in Ashanti region. You have to go there and learn. And if you are a Gen Z and you get to witness what funerals represent in Ashanti region, you get to know that it's beyond just a rite of passage or whatever. Okay. It's a whole academia. It's a whole academia syllabus on its own. So no one does it better than Ashanti region. Let's send the body back to Insuta. Organize it and give people the reason why we own it when it comes to funeral tourism in Ghana. Okay. So this is an ideal call, and this is not should even be up for debate. All right. We do it best and give us what is duly ours. Bring it to Insuta.
Okay. Portfolio the MC. Let me come to you, Ria and Nakwa. Yes, we're thinking about how to preserve Lumba's legacy. And even with that, people have made suggestions about how we can do that. You know, the museums, the state funerals, naming roads after him and all that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, one thing let me start by saying, when we talk about the word national treasure, Lumba is an epitome of the word national treasure, because for his, I was just asking Portfolio, 33 albums.
You over you.
34th album in the works.
See? And
qualify it more. 3 hits albums.
Hits.
Oh yes.
Hit albums.
He doesn't have a bad song.
Regular.
33 hit albums. That's not beans, you know.
At all.
That's not beans. And
guys are disrespecting. Charlie, we take offense. Are you referring to Gobe?
We apologize. We apologize.
Gobelies are angry.
Yeah.
Apologies to beans.
Apologies to beans. Okay. Yeah, but we have to find any means possible to immortalize his name, because he has paid his dues. I mean, the only person that can unite all of us. I mean, it's not a nice thing when we are united in mourning, you know, because I mean, death is not a good thing
at all.
But for every single, it transcends political parties, it transcends tribes, it transcends social views, you know, and all that. And everybody he's on the lips of everybody saying, listen, that was the guy. I mean, yesterday, I think Roman Father said it, because during Parliament, all right, at Parliament, how every single parliamentarian got up and everybody knew a Lumba song. Yeah. Everybody. It didn't matter whether it was majority, minority, independent.
Some were even playing the instrumental.
You know, whether it was independent candidate or whoever it was. And I like the fact that they said he had a song for every single situation in your life. Yeah. Like at every point in your life, Lumba had spoken to you. And then speaking of internationally, I didn't even know that he had a Dutch song until there was this creator on TikTok that came out and like, did you guys know that Lumba sang in German? Okay. Listen, by any means possible, I don't care where he's buried, honestly. I don't care where he's buried.
Or where the funeral is held.
Because I feel like they should leave it to the family.
Okay.
Because fine, Lumba belonged to all of us. Okay, that was everybody's favorite. It was on the playlist of everybody's favorite artist. But that was a dad. that was a husband, that was a brother, that was an uncle. Okay, so I feel like the funeral preparations and everything, leave it to the family. They are grieving their loved one. So, I mean, let's give them that respect.
Right.
But by any means possible, whether government, whether individuals, we should find a way to immortalize his name, because he was literally the greatest to ever do it.
Well, thank you, Ria Anakwa. Let's hear you, Martinez, Kaswa, Samokawo.
Kwame, suggestions pouring in are very good. I understand how people feel about Lumba, but I think if care is not taken, we will end up putting pressure on the government as well, and even the family. Based on the love people have for Lumba, suggestions from all angles, all manner of views coming in. Some, I think, is too early. Especially like the road namings and all of that.
Don't you think it is out of love?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why people are coming in with all those suggestions. I am waiting for maybe a communication from Musica, if they are able to meet government and have discussion way forward to eulogize.
They have a statement out.
Okay.
That is just to sympathize with family, or you want a different communication?
So, yeah, different communication. Okay. I mean, like if governments, meet Musica and see the way forward, how they can project Lumba.
Yeah.
And then we see the discussion or the suggestion that will come out, or the decision that will be taken. I am waiting for that one. But for everybody coming on board with all those stuffs, I think some are not doable at the moment, but some are, especially like the museum. If we are going to wait on government to do that, I doubt. I doubt we will be pleased. I think the family should take, that bold step to do it for Daddy Lumba. Because this is not the first time we are talking about museum for artists and celebrities and legends, and hoping government take that initiative, but still. So are we going to still call on government or fold our arms and wait on government? Because Sarkodie's Rapperholic concert not too long ago.
The exhibition that he mounted.
The exhibition, Ego Plug. It was beautiful. Something like that can be done. I mean, if the family, there are a lot of people who will be ready to come on board to contribute for this to happen. So if, the family take that step, and then get people on board, even if maybe teaming up with a real estate company to mount, such a great, maybe a museum in order to project that Lumba, and at the end of the day, make their return or make, their profit. That would be better. The family can start.
Yeah.
So that Lumba's work will be preserved very well, because whether we like it or not, the responsibility lies on the family the most. And talking about the celebration, I think he was planning to come out with Lumba Fest. Yes, okay. I heard something like that, that Lumba Fest was in the pipeline. I think the diehard fans and, music lovers can come on board. The diehard fans can hold this, festival every year.
Trust them.
Yes, they can do it. And
maybe,
if possible,
maybe on his birthday.
Exactly, every year. I mean, something like December in GH has come to stay, where events are always, taking place annually. So something like that, through that, maybe there's a Lumba Foundation could help project new talents, those who aspire to be like Daddy Lumba, who want to emulate his footstep. It's very important. And through that, by the time you realize, there will be some recognition given to his legacy. But if you are to sit back and, call on government all the time, I mean, we might end up being disappointed. Yesterday, I was listening to former Deputy Minister for Tourism, Art and Culture, Marco Krekumante on Asempa FM. And, I think there are more to Lumba works that people don't know. But yesterday, I got to know some of them. Although we know he worked with Ofuramposa, collaborated with him on an album, there are some projects, some works he actually financed behind the scene. He wasn't on it like the way he did with Ofuramposa. It was yesterday I got to know the police about NCS project. Was founded by funded by Daddy Lumba. He actually, funded the whole project, just that he didn't collaborate or sing on it like he did with Ofori.
Yeah.
So there are works in the space, or there are people he's mentored in the space that we don't even have any idea. So it was through that interview we got to see some of these things. We got these revelations and all of that.
Awesome.
And look, if there's a deliberate move to project this legacy, talking about schools and all of that, I think there's more we can tap into Daddy Lumba's works in order to help protect or preserve the future of Ghana music. So for me, I don't want us to rely on government only or solely rely on government. The family should take that bold step, at least something cool to start.
Family brings to mind Fela's family and how they held his legacy down. Celebrations was funded by his daughter, Yenny.
Yeah.
Okay, and Sean, Madi, Femi.
Sean
Kuti.
And
Sheun.
Sheun, okay.
The controversial one.
Yes. How do you pronounce? I don't know.
Sheun.
Sheun, Madi,
Yeah.
and is it Sheun? I don't know. Nigeria food in there. And then there's Femi.
Yeah.
Okay, these three, and then Yenny, they've been holding the legacy down. Celebration is not by government, it's by the family. They have been organizing this every year on Fela's birthday. So I don't know if Daddy Lumba has a family that is interested in his works and legacy. Even if we build a museum for him at Insuta and nothing happens, really, Charlie, what's the point? So I think that the family should also take charge of some of these projects that we are proposing now. Let me get to Robert Clark. Rob. Oh, the Kwame is low. He did down. Oh, the mood did down small.
Charlie, so in line with the
legacy, yeah.
The parents, I think that it's the same thing that you can talk about when it comes to Bob Marley.
Okay.
So his dad is gone, but if you go and check how much money that particular estate is generating so far, it's been incredible, and that's one of the things that we need to be able to look at. How we can allow the legacy of the fathers or the people who have contributed their quota when they are gone. How do we ensure that these things keep running? And that's one area that I think we can probably have a proper conversation on. Take a few artists who are dead and gone, and how they've been able to manage their estates. The biggest earning artist last year was a dead person, Michael Jackson.
Last year.
Yes.
Biggest earning
artist.
Crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? So if that is happening elsewhere, and we are here actually doing comparison with him, let's also compare what work we need to do to ensure that we are able to reckon what we are supposed to reckon.
Sure.
So all I'm saying is that that's a conversation that we can have. I think it's a good topic, just so that we understand what it means, life beyond music beyond the artist's lifeline.
Yes.
That kind of conversation. In terms of immortalizing what Daddy Lumba has done, I want to take inspiration from a scripture that says that our lives are epistles.
Huh?
And basically, it being an epistle means that it's sort of like a scripture that offers you an opportunity to learn from. He's lived 60 years of his life. Each phase of his life comes with a lot of lessons. If you ask me, that's one of the biggest ways we can immortalize somebody. To pick lessons from his life, the values, the things he eschewed, how he conquered, how he overcame, how he lived for whatever purpose he had, and finished off in the way he did. That comes with a lot of lessons. This morning I was thinking about it, and I found about 12 incredible lessons from each of the things I was reading about him. 12, and I was like, okay, this is me just this morning. You can just imagine if somebody actually sat down for quite a longer time, you'd probably get more. So let me share a few.
Okay.
The first one is the God factor. He constantly, if you listen to his songs, nyame, 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 he acknowledged God consistently. His gratitude to God was unquestionable, and he had so much gratitude. And only for me to also discover that he started in church.
Yes.
That's a song he was doing crowd before he went into high life.
A choir leader.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying? So I like the fact that his foundation was firm, was based on the solid rock so to say. Another element is the fact that he remained a cultural ambassador.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether it was in Germany or not. He was not ashamed to project his language. And with your language always comes the nuances of your culture.
True.
Because anytime you speak, it comes with all the elements. And even when you could feel the funk and the reggae elements in his music, you could also feel the local parlance coming through with everything that we represented.
Yeah.
Or that we represent. So he was a good ambassador for culture. Then I like the fact that he never went silent on his mother. You would hear the mother's name in the advice the mother gave him, or him eulogizing the mother whatsoever, appreciating. So when somebody says honor your mother and your father, I don't see anything bigger than this. I mean, well, there could be many more things you can do, but I like the fact that he didn't fail to project that. And then his messaging, I think that I subscribe to the belief that life doesn't happen to you, but happens for you. So for as long as life is happening for you, there are many experiences that you are going to get. And each of these experiences is the basis or serves as the grounds for him to be able to produce the kind of music. Because everybody keeps saying that there is music or there's message from Daddy Lumba's songs for any occasion, which simply means that the guy is, he's gone through quite a lot of things. He's singing a song for Theresa, his girlfriend, who helped him, get there, right? Helped him to get to Germany. And he's different songs, like gospel and God bless women and name them in there, all of that. So the different experiences, children of the future. So the different experiences he had, clearly you can see all of these things come through in his messaging, which is the reason why everybody's got a piece of him in terms of whether it's for lovers, whether it's for nation building, whatsoever. You find him there. And then one of the things I also learned that, I pray I don't miss it, is identifying your destiny helpers. Like, when your destiny helper come, how not to miss out on them. How to know that this particular girlfriend can help you to get to Germany. How to meet a certain Nana Champong. And even though he's a colleague, you would listen to him and do high life.
Yeah.
How you marry a woman who will produce your first album. His first album was produced by his wife. You understand? How he met Bodestega, who gave him a sound, the Bibi Juju sounds and all of that, like the destiny helpers. How not to miss them? Because maybe Martinez is a destiny helper. Can I even recognize him when he brings whatever I don't know, but for him, I think that the narration of his life clearly tells us so many things that you can learn from it. And the fact that he accepted his talents. This is me, I can sing from from secondary, and he was singing. And he continued, and he would go and look at his role models who are in the band, and he would learn and pick lessons, and he would continue to Germany. And I heard him saying that he was a very brilliant student. Academic-wise, he was scoring A's constantly, but he still knew he had to, follow his passion, and he followed through. In fact, look, from 1989 when he released that album all the way to 2000, he was releasing albums every year.
Yeah.
In fact, in some year he was releasing like 2 albums. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like he discovered his talent, he understood it, he developed it, and he deployed it. And and it goes on and on.
He was a great man.
And Kwame, just what are the other things? Let me just add this last one.
All right.
Look, the guy was. I read about him, and he was so diligent in his work. In fact, I don't know. I think it was Mark who was saying. I'm not too sure who was saying.
Come on, say.
Yes.
Okay.
Former deputy minister.
Yeah.
He was saying that. I'm not too sure whether it was him or somebody else, but how he was involved in every facet of his music.
Andy Dusty.
It was Andy
Was
Dusty.
Andy, yeah.
Good, all right.
Okay.
Every facet of the music. So he's not just creating and writing the music and leaving. No, he writes and then he will be part of the composition. In fact, I discovered he has a record label.
Yeah.
Lumba Productions.
Lumba Productions.
Yeah.
And so he's there. He struggled for he went to Germany in 83.
Yeah.
In 86 he was ready to release music.
Yeah.
But he couldn't. But he released in 89.
Yeah.
That waiting period, that struggle for 3 years from 80. When he got the chance, he now he got the element of full production. Now here he has his entire studio at home and everything that he, for managing the production process. And I'm like, wow, this is heavy, investment into the very thing you want to do. So I think if you want to immortalize him, if you're thinking of one of the ways to project him clearly, obviously, pick the lessons that you can learn from him, and let's discuss this year after year, and let's position him clearly as a social hero. If you go check the definition of social hero, I think he is one of such, and we need to be able to project him in that particular light.
Robert, talking about museums and we immortalizing Daddy Lumba brings to mind this story that was published on 14th July 2024, and it says, organizers of Ghana Music Awards to establish Hall of Fame for Ghana's music industry. A year later, any update?
Yes, the update is, I think I explained to you a while back, but obviously that was offline. So let's just do it online. No, I mean, that's fine.
That's
fine. So initially we had plans. What we said was that we're going to start off with a miniature version, which was supposed to have been part of the December in GH while preparing for the main works. It just so happened that the slots where we were given to be able to do the work, we went there, did the analysis and everything. We went with the people, took all the pictures, measurements and everything, getting ready to do the miniature version, which was supposed to be temporary. Then we're given another location.
Oh, okay.
So when we're given another location, everything changed. So now you had to go back and start the entire process in terms of the size. Now that size, the very place we're given is now bigger, and so based on the change and the timing, we couldn't make anything meaningful before the December period that we wanted to be able to create a miniature version. And now there's a bigger place, and so the conversation here is this: what's the focus? Should we just get into it and do the miniature version, or we should get into the heart of the real deal? So getting into the heart of the real deal comes with the investment that is supposed to be associated with the project. So we have engaged. There are engagements that have taken place over and over again with respect to UNESCO and trying to get grants and all of that. And all of these people are willing and wholeheartedly open to support the project, but it's in phases. And so all the groundworks are currently being worked on, and we are focused heavily on just trying to make sure that the real thing happens. And that's our real focus.
In other words, can we say that you need more money to make this work now?
Yes, Chief. I mean, money, dear, it's important.
Yes,
money.
All right, moving on.
Money is the absolute.
Let's talk about
Kwame, quick one. Talking about the Ghana Music.
Okay.
Ghana Music Awards. A few days ago, I was watching his performance at the 2000 edition, the Ghana Music Awards, the 2000. Yes. And when he was performing Mary Maro Kase with Ufuram Ponce and Co. And look, Kwame, you could tell that when it comes to performance, he's there. Everything. I mean, till date, I still enjoyed that performance. And I saw Kim Promise post when he was talking about Lumba actually working on a project with him. They had something in the pipeline coming up. So that brings to mind, if the family will also do something like what Bob Marley's families did.
The Atlantic Records.
Yes, allow Kim Promise, maybe Sarkodie and Co. to tap into Lumba's projects to raise, funds and all of that, because he was, the Apple charts yesterday. We saw it.
34 songs.
We saw it, how they were streaming it. So there are so many opportunities the family can tap into it to preserve Lumba's legacy.
Good one there, Martinez. Now, this one, let's move on to this story, which says Creative Arts Agency to hold candlelight vigil in memory of Daddy Lumba. So the event will take place at the Independence Square in Accra on Saturday, 2nd August, starting at 6 p.m. The vigil is part of a series of activities being held in remembrance of the late icon, born Charles Kojo-Fosu, who was also known as Daddy Lumba. And this announcement was made officially through a statement issued by the Creative Art Agency, signed by the acting executive secretary, who is Gideon Ayikwe. So, yeah, this is happening on second is this
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yes.
Adam's date, yes. Okay, let me pick your thoughts on this one quickly. Let me start with the portfolio.
Solemn is a right call. I think if we can't have the muzzle, though as suggested earlier on, we may not have the muzzle to do pockets of funerals around the country. But for candle night, I think it's not too capital intensive to have it planted across all the regions. So I think if it starts off with this very one, subsequently...
I'm not cutting you. I saw an
Right.
interview that Gideon granted Metro TV.
Okay,
And
right.
he was saying they have partners or reps in various parts of the
Right.
world, in Germany, other parts, who'll be
Right.
doing that concurrently on
Right.
Saturday. So I think that's...
Right. Okay. So that will be done. Then that is a relief. So yes, I think it's a solemn moment, just to appreciate the legend and to reflect on his life as a music god. I think there's some of these things still brings me back to the bigger question: why our legend? I don't know if I should say it's something that is registered on the minds of people. Let me muster the courage to ask that. People are concerned why they feel the legend didn't share much knowledge
In terms of
with the media.
as in speaking to the
Speaking
media
to
about
the
his
media,
craft.
a lot more he could have opened up about his secret to longevity, how he's been able to do it, and all this while. Well, so this is a double-edged sword, right? Let's cut it, because I think partly we would have to have ourselves to blame as media people. Perhaps we may have to point the blaming finger towards us why we couldn't make the legend open up a lot and in terms of sharing knowledge. Because guess what? The most pampered legend in the history of Ghana, arguably, I don't know, maybe inarguably, let me be bold and say inarguably, still had trust issues, becoming friend to the fraternity that pampered him. It calls for...
I hear he was introvert, so maybe that explains why he wasn't out like that.
Well, but this on introvert is on the biological lines or behavioral lines, but professionally, you know that the space he operates obviously comes with certain things. So that was on a professional note. So his behavioral pattern or his whatever has no correlation with this one. That is why I want us to make. I mean,
I'm sorry, you can't separate the two. What do you mean it has no correlation?
no, you see. You might be an introvert.
Rephrase it. if you want.
Okay, not correlation. Maybe I'm speaking on a professional note that you're operating in a space where certain things are part of your business model. I getting it. So you may be an
Can
introvert.
be part of your business.
Okay, can. Thank you for the correction. let me put it in. So I'm still the bigger question I want to open it.
Yeah.
The legend didn't open up to the very fraternity that pampered him the most. So we have to partly take the blame, or maybe buy into the assertion that because he was introvert. But when you talk about on the professional lines or taking the blame, could it be that he followed the tangent the media followed and felt that he was going to commit or dent himself when he opened up too much because of how our media landscape has taken a new form, agenda-driven or trashing-driven interviews? Because the last time I checked, one of our greats decided to open up to the media, and what came out of the interview was about his smoke life. And that was not too palatable. So if this is going to be the tangent, that he had trust issues because instead of being celebrated for what he has done, he felt the media were going to dig him out on agenda lines.
And I'm sure there are a lot of artists who feel like that, who don't go for interviews.
I can boldly say the last time Machi did a granted interview, it didn't end well. And these Gen Zs didn't know about that. Because this is, even if it was so, or it's being speculated so, I think we shouldn't have told that lie, because we have to be intentional about protecting certain information about people like this. We have to be intentional as media people.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, when scandals are being poured on his name, as media people, did we protect him? sometimes we open the door or open the floodgate for some people to throw dirt on his name, and some media personnel were fueling this agenda. And some of these things he was looking from the back and feeling that no, he had better not spoken at all than open himself up. But
I think we also have a role to play as media.
Right. You know? So that's
usually our personality interviews are a bit sensational, all that. Right. But imagine if you want to go interview with Jack Konimo and you want to dig into his works and his music life and all that for a project like, let's say, a documentary. I'm not sure he's going to say he would not do that. But if you have a track record of maybe trying to veer into an area that would dent his reputation, he wouldn't do it. So maybe we should also assess how
the terrain that we are.
Exactly.
So it's a clarion call.
Yeah.
You need to wake up and do better if you want our legend to pass knowledge openly, so that at least that can be a form of documentation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't have our voters do that. So that's it. But then the Candle Night is worth it, and I think it's a very appreciable step by.
Okay, so let me drift from you since we drifted a bit from the Candle
Night. I mean, yes, that was
come to
the
Candle
Robert. Night would have provided a platform for us to, trumpet things he has said and all that. You know,
Rob, Creative Arts Agency is organizing Candle Night Vigil.
Yeah. A vigil, I'm just looking at the definition here, just to be clear. A vigil is a period of watchful attention, often spent in quiet contemplation, typically held as a form of commemoration or in anticipation of an event. So it involves a collective or an individual act of maintaining awareness commonly observed during times of mourning, reflection, or preparation. So obviously, if you're talking about the life of Daddy Lumba, there certainly is a lot you can learn, a lot to contemplate on if you go through the phases of his journey within the space in terms of profession, and then maybe even if you get into his private life, so to say, because to a certain extent, the portions of his private life he wanted to share, he already shared them in the music that we listen to. So anything he wasn't sharing, obviously, it's probably that whatever he wanted.
He's already done that in the music.
But he has shared it. He's made it more public than you can think of. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever he's not sharing is probably, with him. But I'm saying that, well, if it's being organized and then the fact that it's being done, in satellite places across the globe, we as a collective here joining a particular party is only right. And I think that it just goes to honor the image of an individual who's given his life for his profession and for his country, and then we can clearly say that it's a positive thing. With respect to, it's okay.
Okay, it's okay. Now, a family member, somebody who claims to be a family member of Daddy Lumba, he says or she says the family is unaware of any arrangements concerning the candlelight vigil, the candle vigil night. In an interview on GH page, she raised these concerns.
onte ase ma edi na chese esese ye hunu mu crane sekojo wa film social media de yate obi kura say na watch ye bedi na watch on the second we say one
yes candle night essentially she bia babonten eno se na ye de ye ba busuan wo se ye ba beji nkyere mu
ye nim wo we no kura bia nim candle night no ne hwan okofa candle wo hin no de koye ne night what you say Yes. And owu ye no na yire na one ne wo ho na ono no owu wo ne nsam no ne papa mu no senko ne tubofo ade ne ba abusua se modehie no wowu ya hunu bi sa we kura America ta me no kase ni nua ba fosti ena enura oso wo mo konkran ono kura na senko ba me hansa na wakon nti otu za na mo na me so masoma bi no mo ema mo kọ wo mo nyina akotwa hye a ya ka kire se no kura se kojodie wa firi mu na mo man hye se de deda ba bi se obi se abusua na hia na yesi ye be ye na otwe on the 12th ene yesi hu ahwa de enye no kura ye mampan dramani life man opena sam na ha no so na mampan Ghana mampan papa bi ha no ene nti no ene ode ba abonten ebe ma ye yakọ be don ka bibia se ye kopo na mane sesi ayate no mo ba ne hu sampa afei na yenye betu anamon akokasere wakobo omampanyi amane se nana omampanyi ampa wafiri mu na yatumi atu anamon akọ Ye nana otumfo se tutu. Ono nko na ye otumfo wo wiase mu ha. Se wo mpew. Ono nko na otumfo. O se tutu yewura. Ewura ye bo years ye bo emu ase.
Okay, so you hear the family member talking about the fact that permission wasn't sought from them before the arrangement for the vigil night was announced. And let me pick your thoughts quickly. 1 minute each. Let me start with you, Robert. Yeah.
It's quite interesting that this is coming out at this particular point. I think that if that has not been done in terms of the family is not aware, it would be nice for the family to be made aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for as much as we love him, he gave us everything that he has, back-to-back albums. How many? 33. At the end of the day, he's still a property of a particular family. And I think they just need to be notified. And as a matter of fact, they're not just notified, but even work together.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Great. Ria?
Yes. I saw, coming to what the Ebusiapenyi is saying, I saw the vigil to be like an opportunity for the rest of Ghana to mourn with the family. But when it comes to things like this, of course, there has to be the involvement of the family. And I don't know, when I hear Ebusiapenyi, please correct me if I'm wrong, I see it as extended family or family head. So still extended family, right? So I don't know if
the nuclear family.
No. The organization,
Creative Arts Agency.
Creative Arts Agency spoke to the nuclear family or the extended family, because sometimes when it comes to things like this, some opinions can conflict. You understand me? So I just feel like before August 2nd, which people are probably looking forward to, because as I said in the beginning, Lumba is for Ghana. They should sort things out. You understand? Speak to extended family, who it may concern, so that we are able to have. Because I am for it. I would be happy if it happens. Yeah. But I feel like all the necessary people have to be in agreement before it happens. So let's just contact the right people so that we can do something about it.
Okay, maybe we need to call Gideon Ayeko and find out which the procedure they used in maybe putting this together. Martinez,
but the question is, when was this video made? The one you just played?
Yesterday or
I think it's just recently. I don't know.
But is it recent? As in, we just need to know so we understand.
I got you.
But so maybe
the time.
So let's like you're saying, talking to Gideon would be.
They have reached out already.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get you.
But before Martinez goes, please, Martinez, give me a minute of your time.
He has 1 minute. So.
I'm sorry. No, but you see, when it comes to paying homage to great people, sometimes families don't even know. I remember when Michael Jackson died, there were parties. I wouldn't say parties, but events popping up everywhere in the world. People dancing, people having their candle lights and all that. And I wasn't alive when. Was I alive when Bob Marley died? So I don't know how it went, but at least in 2009 I saw what happened with Michael Jackson.
Okay.
So I don't know if they felt like it was necessary to go ask for permission anyway. So
no, this is like national.
Yeah, national.
Yeah, it's a national thing.
It's not. It's different from fans.
Are you sure? I feel like it's international.
Agency.
Yeah, creative arts agency. You understand?
Representing the government in a way.
You understand? Yeah. So
anyway,
it's different from fans coming together in some area saying we are doing this. We're doing that kind of stuff.
Martinez.
Yeah, Kwame, it's a good move, but clearly you can tell the family is not happy. It's not too late. I think the right thing should be done.
If they have not done that as of now.
Yes. Thank you for the the correction. I think Lumba died a happy man. And I wouldn't like back and forth, during his funeral. Because if you are to go by what he said on stage last year, he said, by the grace of the Most High, he is also 60 years.
Means maybe 60 years.
Yes,
maybe.
and he was happy saying that. Yes, and he said, very soon I'll be leaving you guys. You guys should all love each other and stay at peace. Yes. So, also and then we made the 60 years maybe.
All right.
So whichever way, we should understand that he is happy where he is, and
right.
we should, based on the message is sent across, in order not to create dispute and confusion.
Portfolio.
If you are told towards the
we are giving 1 minute. Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Ashanti or the Akan ethnic system, you know that.
quickly.
Robert has
Robert has done it. I started with
he started with you.
You gave reaction
portfolio
about
has not spoken.
vigil. You gave reaction about vigil.
No, I started with you.
So what I'm saying is that we know that everyone wants to claim that Lumba is a national property and all that. But if you go to where he hails from, we are very fixated on our matrilineal systems and how things operate over there. The position of the family is paramount. Even if it doesn't serve the best interest of the nation, we respect their position. Even the nuclear family has no say in the matrilineal system.
Okay.
It's the extended family that has the final say. So even
Abusiakasi.
until the extended has given you approval on certain things, you, the kid or whatever, has no say in their barrier. So let's respect even if it doesn't serve the best interest, the family's decision is paramount over everything.
Thank you, Robert. 15 seconds.
So I learned that Lumba was heavily influenced by Kwesi Ampofo-Adjei and Adumaku Nyameche. Adumaku Nyameche. Good. And I like the fact that he got influenced and then he also became an influence.
Good.
You understand? And I read that he impacted like 13 people. I'm not too sure of their names, but I know a friend person is one of them.
Yeah.
And so all I want to say is that it's nice for us to draw from others and then give back to society.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert Clark. Thank you, Portfolio.